This is just not me. Have you heard that before? This isn't me. Well, you know what? Make it you, because whatever step you need to take, it's going to propel you to where you want to go. So until you recognize that a setback is only a setback.
Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday morning's Mindset Monday, Agent Power Huddle. I'm Susan Johnson and Associates, and here to actually just launch your week, hopefully with a high energy inspiration, and also you break through with maybe some of the challenges you, myself, and many of us have, especially in real estate or really any business that you may run, or even in your personal life. So I'll remove my glasses. I'm getting reflection here. So today's topic, I'm reading a great book, just to kind of on a sidebar note, I'm reading a great book called Becoming More, written by Diana Kokoska, Becoming More. So I was going to talk on one of the chapters today, but I'm still working on my outline. So we're going to probably save that for the next Agent Power Huddle. Today, though, sparked this conversation, and this Agent Power Huddle based on the conversation I had with one of my coaches this last week. So listen, if you're on these calls, odds are you are always pushing yourself. You're breaking through all the time with new ideas, working on growth. That's who we are and what we do. And look, very few people just kind of set a goal and just, rush right through it. I guess there are those unicorns out there, but a lot of us will have challenges. And a lot of us, as we stretch ourselves to grow, may have that little inner critic that talks to us and that self-doubt. And that happened to me last week. And I had a little meltdown with my I don't really want to call it a meltdown, but I had a rough day. Okay. And I was on the phone with my coach, and it just really prompted me again to bring this to the forefront and talk about it with all of you, because I know I'm not alone. And you know what? Let's share this today about crushing that self-doubt, about getting rid of that inner critic when it creeps in on you, which it will, especially if you're growing. What do? How do you break through that? Of course, you talk to your mentors, you talk to your coaches, you wrap yourself up with your tribe. But what else can you really do? Because as we all know, process starts right here and within us, right? Okay, so what happens? Well, gosh, sometimes you think, well, shoot, am I good enough? Am I really capable of doing this? And, am I competent enough? What's going on? And we still tend to question ourselves. Basically what that's going to do is just get you stuck. All right. And of course, I realized that again on my coaching call on Tuesday with my coach as we're talking through this. It's my own head, again, my way. And we stop ourselves. So it's important to get through this. And that's why I'm bringing this out to the forefront yet again. So self-criticism and self-doubt, that's going to hold you back. All right. It's going to hold you back. And this conversation today, we're going to lean in a little bit and get into things we can do to kind of, crush that inner critic and say, go away. I'm not going to listen to you. Not today, not another day, not another minute. All right. So really, anytime that happens, you got to think about why it's happening. Our brains are triggered. They're designed to help step up, and protect us if we think we're, in fear of something or whatever. It's designed to convince us not to go in that direction because it's painful, right? But we all know that you've got to push through that kind of thing. Fear is just false evidence appearing real, and unless you can head it head on, then you're going to keep yourself down. So your brain is kind of, triggered and programmed to think these ways. Maybe it's because of how we were brought up, who knows? But in any case, we may not like the outcome of failing in something. But once you take on the understanding that if you fail at something, there's a lesson to be learned. Not fun to fail, but it does happen. And I'm not even saying that I failed this last week. I just felt like I wasn't progressing. And that's very irritating. probably know a lot of you too. Like I said, I know if you're on these calls, we all have a lot of very much similarities in terms of the growth that we're looking for daily. And to me, I want the results yesterday. So as I invest my time into growing and learning, I want to see the results. And sometimes those results are down the road. Sometimes, we get triggered up and something will come on and block us. And that's what we want to push through. Right. I might be talking a little bit in circles here, but hopefully you're with me because it happens. And I think if we ignore the fact that it happens, or we only think it happens to us, it can paralyze us. And we don't want that to happen. So first thing you can do is you can stop comparing up. One of the things that's very common is, we'll see others in our groups, in our peer groups, and our peer groups are there to mentor us, to grow us and whatnot. But we may be doing some same things as other people in our group. So we see them progressing so quickly, and yet maybe our speed is not as quickly. Speed is only about you. It's not about everybody else around you. So step number one, stop looking at what everybody else is doing and keep your blinders on. Focus on what you want to accomplish, what you need to be doing. Stop comparing yourself up because it'll just make you feel bad. That inner critic will come out and start saying, God, can I really do this? Why am I having this struggle when I see other people succeeding? And it just brings you down. The change about in that is to stop comparing yourself up and say, hey, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. And here it is. By looking at that other person, instead of comparing up, you say, you know what? They've done it. So I know that it's possible. It's not impossible. It is possible. And that shift and that change, you just have to say, okay, so I might not get it done in one day. It might take me a week, but you know what? It'll still get done. All right. And progress, not perfection all the time. So that is something I know that for me, I challenge it. I'm very transparent, as you can see. When I do these Agent Power Huddles, I'll share my wins, but I'll share my losses and challenges just as equally, because I feel like that's how we learn and grow. To know that we all go through these kind of things. Well, you want to keep your eyes on your journey. Keep your eyes on what you are doing, not everybody around you. If you're going to go around you, it's only for support. It's for mentorship. It's for guidance. Because one of the things after I got off my coaching call that I did was that I actually sought out people that finished what I'm trying to accomplish and actually got on a one-on-one Zoom call with these people to help me say, look, this is what I'm struggling with. I've seen you've done it. So what can you consult me with to help me push through that? Yes, I'm pausing purposely right here. Pausing purposely because I think the problem with a lot of us, especially those of you like me who've been in the business for years, people think we should already know it all. Guess what? You don't. I don't know it all. You don't know it all. And the moment we feel like we can't seek out other people, is when we kind of get into our own heads, like I said, and you can get stuck. And this Mindset Monday, I want you this week for you to be breaking through. I want this week for you to set yourself up for success, to know that if that inner critic keeps up on you like it has and it can and it will, that you go, okay, Susan just said, Mindset Monday, seek out others who have accomplished what you're trying to accomplish. And you know what? They will help you. I'm sure of it. If they don't, if I've done it, seek me out. If I haven't done it, I probably can find somebody who has to point you in a good direction. And I hope you really own what I just said. I'm spending and I'm hammering this down just because, like I said, on my own coaching call on Tuesday, that happened to me. All right, so don't compare yourself up. Just compare yourself and say, that person's done it, so it's possible. And you know what? I'm going to ask them for help or ask somebody for help so that I can do it too. Focus on that. It's your journey. All right. The next thing you can do is to not let your brain go rogue. What does that mean? Oh my gosh, don't let your brain go rogue because, your brain, again, is meant to protect you. These kind of things will come up. The self-critic sometimes will come up because you're trying to protect yourself from hurting. It might show up, by the way, not in putting yourself down. It might show up in the way of excuses. All of a sudden, conveniently, you have other things that are much more important than the one task that you know you need to complete in order to move your business to another level. You know that as long as you complete that next task, that your business is going to go to another level, but you're struggling in that task, aren't you? You're struggling. And so all of a sudden that, let's call it inner critic, let's call it self-doubt. It might not show up in saying to yourself, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I'm not good enough. It might not show up that way, but it might show up in this way. Sudden, there's other things that are a little bit more important than you think that you need to get done. So we're just going to shelve that for a little bit. You're sweeping it under the rug is what you're doing because you haven't broken through and you haven't faced it head on and said, who can help me? How can I get this accomplished to move my business? Instead, you get tied up and you let your mind go rogue and you start going down another road. And please tell me somebody other than myself has ever done this. Oh, they have. I just have talked to way too many agents over the years. And once again, if you're being authentic to yourself, authentic to me, you'll also realize that you really don't need to be authentic to me. Just be authentic to yourself. What's your situation? What's holding you back? And, it's kind of like I've done this talk before actually, but it comes out different ways each time. So I love this analogy though. It's like talking to a child. Whenever we have these self-doubts or this inner critic that comes up in our mind, it can be very real to us. It can be very real. And it's simulated to like talking to a child who says there's a monster in their closet. You could sit down with a child and say, oh my gosh, there's a monster in your closet. Oh my gosh, but would you really do that? Or would you kind of say, there's no monster in your closet? You'd actually say, let's talk about this. And you say, while you believe there's a monster in your closet, while you believe and you have a very compelling argument as to why there's a monster in that closet, there really isn't. And it's much like that same limiting belief, that self-doubt that creeps up in us, that we're have in our heads this monster, why we can't do something. But you can break through that. And anybody who's consulting with you, coaching with you, I just had a friend of mine, one of my best friends, we had a conversation this weekend, and she's really been having some trouble with a breakthrough that she wants to make. And part of consulting with somebody who's really caring about you is that they're going to hold that mirror up. We're not going to let you get away from the fact that you're not taking the actions you need to take to make things happen. And you have to drill it down as to, well, why aren't you taking the action? What is stopping you? Don't just say, I'm too busy. Don't just say, well, I know I need to, but what? Identify the what. What is it? Okay. So for me, I'll share the breakdown I had, which is one that I've had repeatedly, and I keep having to push through and learn. And again, it's a process. Progress is a process. It doesn't happen like that. I wish it did. So my videos, I'm doing lots and lots of videos. YouTube channels coming along, just like my coaches coaching me to do and everything else. My challenges always come behind the scenes, and it's very frustrating in terms of some of the logistics on how to get things editing, to get things to postings and that kind of thing. And finally, I was directed through my coaching call. Again, sometimes we don't know the road to get to the help. So you got to just talk to a lot of people. So I got on this coaching call. I had no idea that, and my call was on Tuesday, that on Wednesday at 3:00, our video editor ended up adding on a Zoom call to help us work through any issues we're having in the process. Well, guess what? In 24 hours, the thing that had me so caught up in my head, that had me riled up and just going, I want this done. I need this done. I want the results. In 24 hours, I had the help and the guidance that pushed me through to getting what I needed to get completed. Is that happening for you? Do you have somebody that's consulting you? If not, again, private message me. If I don't have the answer, I will point you because I know a lot of great people that can help you. And that's the source that I took. And that's what I'm trying to hit out of the park on this Agent Power Huddle is help is all around you. Mentors, and you don't have to call them coaches, just call them mentors. You can call them tribe. What you want to call them? There are people that are so willing to help and point you in the direction. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you, that's not something I do know. But you know what? So-and-so over here that they may have that answer for you and I can connect you. What a breakthrough. I hope you heard that today on This Agent Power. We're not done yet. We got more to go, but every little nugget I'm giving you, although I've talked about crushing self-doubt in a past podcast, again, things change. Our businesses are growing. When you are growing level after level after level, you are going to continue to hit new ceilings. And this conversation will come up over and over and over again. That's called growth, isn't it? All right. So the next step is, see your setbacks as your opportunity for growth. That's what I just said. See these setbacks. While I'm in the moment of it, not feeling real good about it, it's easy to miss that. It's easy to go tag on it. I feel like I'm just, this is just not me. Have you heard that before? This isn't me. Well, you know what? Make it you, because whatever step you need to take, it's going to propel you to where you want to go. So until you recognize that a setback is only a setback, that's all it is. It's a learning experience to say, hey, this is what I don't know. It's like, to master anything, we have something called unconscious incompetence. That's when we don't know what we don't know, right? And I think the next level they said is, conscious incompetence. Okay, well now we know what we don't know, but we still don't know how to do it, right? Conscious incompetence. Boy, I really know I'm not very good at that. And the next level after that, if you continue to work through these steps, is conscious competence. Okay, now I've been instructed. I get the steps. I'm really not feeling very comfortable and confident yet with it, but at least now I've got, conscious competence on how to get the result I'm looking for, right? Final step is you've done it over and over. Now you're in what's something called mastery. It's unconscious competence. You do it over and over and over again. And now to you, it's like nothing. Well, guess what? There's other people, like yourself, when we're all going through different journeys, that now we might need to seek out to somebody who's in unconscious competence to help us with something that we are way down into conscious, incompetence on, and it'll help guide us. That was a long little section I just went through, but I hope it made sense to you, because going through these steps myself, going through these steps with others that I consult with, that, again, there, you learn if you're a leader, a true leader in your heart, you don't just take and keep it to yourself, right? We turn around and we start sharing it with other people, like I'm doing with you today. We start sharing it with other people to say, hey, you know what? I was just there on Tuesday. Where are you at today? Do you need this help? That's what I'm doing with you today here on Agent Power Huddle. Okay? So see setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow. It may not have worked one way. And by the way, sometimes it's not always doing things. You might learn a whole new way of getting to the result you want, but you may say you've been taking this road, and when you start consulting with people who've done it, you realize, eek, okay, that's a mistake. I should probably have not done that. All right? They're going to guide you and say, you know what? Take this route. This, to get the same result. Right? So if something is not, that's called insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and getting, the same, expecting different results is the definition of insanity. So I can't emphasize it. I think I am through this Agent Power Huddle, to understand that reaching out to people that you've seen done it before is going to change your world. Don't be too proud. The ego is out the window. Hey, I'm turning 60. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, less than 30 days now. And I will tell you, at this age, I'm really not caring anymore about the ego thing. I want to make sure I reach my goals, and I'm not afraid or ashamed to say, hey, I'm stuck on this. Would you mind stepping in and showing me? Can we get on a quick Zoom call? And you know what? People are so gracious. I found that out, that people are so gracious. You know, I mean, you think some of the top level agents, brokers, and all that, they're so busy they don't have time to help me. Not true. So not true. In fact, they're probably some of the ones that, like myself, continue to reach out to get help themselves. So we understand the value of not just hoarding the help, but turning around and offering it to others. All right. So I hope you're seeing how this is how we crush that doubt. This is how we crush that inner critic when it creeps up and it creeps in, to get it out and to move on. All right. The next thing you want to do in this process is you just take a little bit of an inventory of your successes. All right. So what have you done thus far? You may be not quite moving where you want to go in that direction. You're not quite there yet. You'll get there. But you know, what have you done up to there that you're like, a couple months ago, you're going, that was my whole back in my limiting belief 3 months ago that I mastered now. Get that inventory. Don't miss that step, because your confidence will build up as you continue to recognize these things, celebrate those successes along the way. You accomplished it, have gratitude that you've done it, you know you've done well, and that's the kind of stuff. Start pushing down and getting out of that way, crushing that self-doubt, getting rid of that inner critic. I'm 100% capable. 100% capable this year, by the way, is my term for the year. Wow. Again, in my coaching program, I've got lots of coaches. We've got a big main coach, then we've got, other kind of accountability coaches. We've got peer group coaches. It's got coaches all around us, mentors and whatnot. And somebody said, gosh, at the beginning of the year, they brought the 100% capable, and I loved it. Somehow it just latched on to me because of the self-doubt that comes up in these different things that we're doing now. And I love that. That is a really good one to own. I am 100% capable of accomplishing blank, and then you fill in that blank. And then when that little self-doubt comes up, or that inner critic comes up, you throw that in there. I'm 100% capable. And by the way, if you share that with enough people like I'm doing with you today, guess what my coach said to me on Tuesday? Susan, you're 100% capable. And it was like, okay, I got you. Hold the mirror up sometimes. And that's love. That's really caring. Jennifer, I'm going to tag you in this video when it comes out. Jennifer and I haven't even met her in person yet, but I really just love her pieces already. And she shared a lot of my wins. She holds me accountable. She also says things I need to hear, like I needed to hear that day. You're 100% capable. That's my words. She's turning them around, looking right back at me and saying, you're 100% capable of completing this. And then she coached me and directed me. Isn't that a great coach? She turned and she directed me and said, you know what? Go here Wednesday. She didn't show me herself. And sometimes we don't. Sometimes she does. Either way, she directed me to Wednesday at 3:00. And she said, okay, go here. Push through that. Push through that. Okay. That's what I'm working with you today on. It's amazing how this comes up. It's just amazing. Here's the thing, you are good enough. You are 100% capable, but guess what you also have to be? You have to be an action taker. To sit back and take it all in and listen is one thing. It's one step. You can listen to this Agent Power Huddle over and over and over again, and hopefully it inspires you and it gives you a lot of answers. It gives you a lot of golden nuggets to take and to move your business forward. But if you do not take the action steps, let's just say Jennifer said that to me on Tuesday, but then I didn't show up on Wednesday. What did it really help me? Yes, I showed up on Wednesday. Yes, I completed the task that was holding me back. That frustrated me to no end. And I think, dang, that all that emotion of being frustrated, I could have knocked that out. Now I've knocked it out. Okay? So self-doubt exists in your thoughts. It exists in your mind. And it's amazing to me how quick this Agent Power Huddle goes through. Hopefully it's really hitting home with you today, because it's Monday. That's what I love about this. You're setting up your week. Last week is in the past. Now you're setting and looking forward. We don't look through our rear view mirror. We are looking forward for this week. What can you do? What do you need help with? What can you accomplish this week? Right? So believe in yourself. Here's a quote that I've loved for years. If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right. So take this Agent Power Huddle, share it with a friend, tag somebody in it. It will come out on video. You'll see it on the Agent Power Huddle website. Share it. You know, and honestly, whether you're in real estate or not, this will apply to so many people. It could be personally, it could be professionally, it could be, you know, with goal or anything you have, anything you're working for in your life, your children. Like, I'll tag my kids in these things because I see them going through their own trials and tribulations. I'll tag them in it and say, listen to this video, not because it's me, it's because of the message. All right. It's because of maybe it is because of me, because maybe, again, I share my challenges with you, just like you're going through. We all do it together, and that's part of the journey and part of the great tribe when you know that you're not alone. And that's what this is about. Have a fabulous week, everybody, and make it a powerful, powerful, productive week for yourself. Have a great week, everybody. See you next time.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.